Again here, Greg, less than 3 minutes to go.
This is the moment you can only dream of. MP has a chance to get his team over the proverbial mountain in a Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Rebounded by Zubac. And MP and his team clearly in the driver's seat right at the moment, Stan.
Yeah, they have got to... stay focused and hold on right now. You do not want to let this lead slip away.
Here's Tatum. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Oh, Jason Tatum finishes with authority.
I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups, and I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
It falls. A beautiful three-pointer to push the lead up to 8.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
And with MP growing up in Chicago and following the Jordan dynasty so closely, now just moments away from starting his own era with a win here.
And we saw early on that MP can defer too much, but in these playoffs, he's stepped up and has become the guy for this team in the clutch.
Clippers with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics. Zubac with the screen for Harden. Takes the three. Does not go in. Celtics trail by 6. Here's White. Porzingis fires. Off target from outside.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback out.
Harden with it from outside. Crane from outside.
An offensive juggernaut. It's fun watching Harden go out and just take over.
Tatum looking around. And it misses.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And Stan MP is pouring it on in this finals Game 7.
Kevin, we are witnessing championship pedigree in the making right here.
Tatum. And there's the three. One of the things, Stan, you've got to admire about this group, their resiliency, their tenacity, how tough they have fought every inch of this game.
Yeah, well, look back to how they handled themselves in round 1, round 2, the conference finals, with MP leading his team every step of the way, bringing them right here to this moment.
Here's Powell. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. MP outside. Wrestlers a three. This is amazing. MP leaving everything out on the floor here in overtime. Greg, this is unbelievable to watch.
And this is what dreams are made of. Literally, the way MP has exploded here in overtime is just what they needed.
And they've done it. They are the NBA champions.
MP. Yo, MP. Yo, what's up with you, man? You doing another one of those visualization exercises?
Was.
Brown bad. outside. My head in my hands. I thought it was
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry and David Aldridge, this is Kep. As we know, former Wizards players have been on the rosters of 8 consecutive NBA championship teams. I mean, that is... mind-boggling.
Well, maybe for Wizards fans, it gives them some familiar faces to root for deep in the playoffs, but listen, at the end of the day, the goal is for their team to make noise and for them to be on one of their deep runs in the not-so-distant future.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Starr out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Koulibaly. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Brogdon in at the 2 spot. Harden's shot is off. Now the Wizards with it. Here's Koulibaly. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Koulibaly's got the first basket of the game for the Wizards. Harden dishes to Dunn. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, an excellent passer, Harden taking pride in finding an open teammate.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. Last time they met was in Washington.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Powell kicks it out to Harden. The tray. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's Harden. He can beat you equally off the dribble or off the catch.
Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, we sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
Here's Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
In the history of the game, James Harden gets to the line as well as anyone we've ever seen.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws at the game right now.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Jones. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Washington. And he's good on the second. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason. But I try to wait as best I can to make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
first team.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Pass to Koulibaly. Valanciunas against Zubac. Valanciunas passes to Sarr. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, Sarr continues to develop that three-point shot, hoping to make it a reliable part of his game.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. The Wizards are trying to stay motivated through their rebuild. Kyle Kuzma says you have to change your approach a little bit. And it's like, what do you do it for? For me, it's about development every single day. Take care of your body, work hard, watch film, be studious, and find beauty in the struggle. Kevin?
And like you said, David, making it work every single day. Great approach. Shams, you've been around the NBA for a long time now. Which players do you enjoy watching the most?
Greatness, especially the guys that are regarded among the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, like Stephen Curry, like Kevin Durant. You have to throw those in there. But this is a new era, a new crop. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Have to throw Luka Doncic in there. You have Donovan Mitchell, you have Paolo Banchero, you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Joel Embiid, you have Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama. So let's not have anyone here left out.
All right. They're all fun to watch.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Batum finds Harden. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
The three from Poole. James Harden with the rebound.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Done shot's good.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
It's not going to be a soft finish when Valanciunas gets it inside. Count on him going up strong.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Pass to Brogdon. Back to Poole. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Here's Poole. Batum grabs the miss. Now Harden can't drop the tough three-pointer. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Clippers.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
So the Wizards 5 right now. Kyle Kuzma is out there with George. Then there's Kispert. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Carrington in at the point guard position. And Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. We're here, we're talking NBA, we're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a third hidden in your bag. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis. And the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. But this is what we sign up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. Washington trailing. And here's George. Valanciunas passes to Kuzma. Here's Carrington. Defended by Jones. 6 to shoot. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Bamba kicks to Jones. Jacks up a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Clippers lead by 4. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Puts up a 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Kuzma outside. And they come right back with their own 3-point. Kuzma's got 5 points now in the quarter. And so it's Highland who brings the ball up for the Clippers. Pass to Porter. On the wing, Jones. It's slammed in by Jones.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
Wizards trail by 4. So Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA teams and different accolades.
Yes, well said. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Bamba. Powell comes in for Jones. Chris Dunn's checked in for Kevin Porter. And it's James Harden in for Highland. Pass to Coulibaly. Cool with it. He's coming off a 31-point game against Oklahoma City. Brogdon against Powell. Floats one. No good on that one.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over
Brogdon, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
A good job there. Brogdon doesn't need much room. Has it there from the mid-range and knocks it down.
Pass to Powell. Clippers moving the ball around. And a deep 3 from Harden. Washington with the rebound. Coulibaly's got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside, here's Son. No good. That would have tied it. The Clippers in the lead. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
When you think about James Harden, he's had such an effect on the game. Brent, they changed the rules because of him.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because you can think about it a couple of ways. There was a system change for James Harden to try the system, and then, as James has said himself, he became the system. So leaning into all of the analytics of basketball, you have to have somebody who can represent all of the things that system would require, and it came in the form of the beard for many years. And that kind of offensive output is something that is going to be, we'll be hard-pressed to see that again, Kevin.
Wizards trail by 5. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, that's blocked. To Zubac. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Brogdon. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
That's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
Oh, he got it to go.
Patient.
And that three makes things just a little more interesting here as we head to halftime.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hey, folks, let's get right to it. How about James Harden? He's having himself a game.
He's been hunting for a shot pretty much all first half, and why not? The results speak for themselves.
From the naked eye, he just looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
Ernie, what is a naked eye?
I was just about to say, isn't the eye always naked?
It is.
Well, no, if you put glasses on.
Ooh.
Well, glasses like clothes. Eye clothes. Let's start a new company, Kenny.
All right, let's switch it over. See what the fans are posting on social media. A question here from astronaut Ari, who asks, is it okay to eat sushi you bought at a gas station? I thought you guys might have some thoughts on this.
No way am I touching that sushi. You know.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got the first points of the second half here for the Clippers.
Well, you better be right up on James Harden or else he's going to bury these threes, and he will do it in bunches.
Clippers leading by 7. Jones dishes to Dunn. And, Brent, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
Yeah, the talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But there's a lot of kids out there watching what's going on, and they're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
Poole against Harden. And an intentional foul right there.
James Harden, first personal foul. First team foul.
here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's Brian Keith calling timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Clippers. They're having a solid season. 5th in the conference and looking to move up.
And right now for the Clippers, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
Well, it's no secret this Washington team is in a rebuilding phase. But, Brent, they've collected some assets.
Yeah, they got some flexibility here, Kevin, and they made the call to start over. They took some other players that other teams didn't want, along with some draft picks, which sometimes you have to do when you're bottoming out. They have a good toolbox to rebuild, though.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Now, here's Poole. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Brogdon finds Poole. And he banks in the layup. Poole's got 5 points so far.
Poole does a great job there, just extending and using his length to have an advantage on that shot.
Now, here's Zubac. He's guarded closely. Brogdon against Dunn. That one goes in. Dunn's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Clippers.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Brogdon, and the basket is good. That's now 8 points for Malcolm Brogdon.
How about Brogdon? Doesn't really have explosive speed, but his balance there, able to get it done.
Pass to Zubac. Rebounded by the Wizards. Here's Poole. He has 5. Back to Koulibaly. Kuzma against Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Kuzma can't get it to go. And so Harden will bring it up for the Clippers. Powell finds Dunn. And here's Harden. A 3-ball. Kuzma pulls it in. On the wing, Koulibaly. Guarded by Powell. And Koulibaly gets it to go.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. With some changes. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Derek Jones. Kevin Porter comes in for Dunn. And Bones Highland subbed in for James Harden. Here's Porter. 7 points in the game. Now Zubac. Batum for 3. The rebound by Carrington. Pass to Poole.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
It's tipped. Here's Valanciunas. Great D that time from Batum.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
This one for 3. No good. Wizards trail by 5. Poole with it. Now guarded by Porter. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, one of the more explosive players and silky smooth. Poole finding a way to get to the rim.
Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
And the Wizards making a change here. Kispert's checked in. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Washington.
Wizard substitution, number 35. Marvin Bagley.
55 seconds left here in the third quarter. They set the pick. Here's Carrington. And it's good for 2. Carrington's got his second bucket tonight.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And Porter, here we go. Lays it up and banks it in.
When he's gone, KPJ is a deadly offensive player. Can beat you in so many ways, including off the bounce.
Outside, George. Craps in the tray. George has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Well, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
George finds Valanciunas. Shoots the 3. The shot, no good. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So on the floor for Washington, they've got Corey Kispert. Marvin Bagley is out there with George. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Carrington in at the 1 spot.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Back to Valanciunas, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Here's Highland, and it's in there. Highland's got his first points of the night.
Great job and patient in close to the rim. The slender guard Highland not afraid of the taller defenders down there.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Highland. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers.
Number 33, Nicholas Batum.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Carrington, that's good.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Coffee passes to Batum. Porter in the corner. And finished off by Porter.
Serious hops from Porter on that one, slamming it down with authority.
Wizards trail by 8. Here's Carrington. Three-pointer Bagley. Unable to get that one. Batum scanning the floor. The kick out to Porter. There's the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a switch here. Harden's checked in. And a switcher also for Washington. Brogdon, he's checked in for Marvin Bagley. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Norman Powell comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Porter. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch what Brian Keefe told his team during that break. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other up. We're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And he comes up with the deuce. And that's now 7 points for Alex Song.
Physical defense, but the strength training already kicking in for Sarr.
From deep Harden. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
A floater. Rebound, Washington. It's Poole with the drive. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Powell kicks to Zubac. Powell, the pass to Harden. Again, the miss by Harden. Wizards trail by 14. To the middle. Here's Sarr. Off with the layup. LA's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Powell finds Zubac. The three. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Zubac. Harden's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Clippers. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. Jones checked in for Amir Coffey. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Kuzma's checked in. Here's Poole. Out to the wing. Kuzma inside. Working on Jones. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer. But, Craig, he's developed as a passer over time.
And, Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader. But he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
And Kuzma, one of those forwards that can kind of go between. Plays the 4 or the small forward. And that's impressive versatility from this young player.
Harden's shot is good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Back to Brogdon. Pass to Kuzma. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Jones finds Dunn. Harden looking it over. Three-pointer. Kuzma pulls it in. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the paint. Here's Song. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Zubac.
Third team foul. Shooting for Washington. Sauce. One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
One big thing you love about Alex Sarr, he's got that 7'4" wingspan, and as he gets older, he'll fill out that frame plus add to his game.
And there's the call on Kevin Porter. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting for Washington. Carrington.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester. And that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attack it. You know, I love playing a game of basketball. I love, being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. It takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm going to just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, our player of the game, James Harden.